Hello, this is Manish Patel from Ichimoku This is March 31st, 2013. This is our bi-weekly analysis for the currency flash Forex market, where we're going to cover all the currencies out there and the major ones. This is our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts today you're going to see are basically from TradeStation, which we use. Here are our contact details here, info@eiicapital.com. You could call us at any of our global office locations here. Also, you could reach go to our website here, register for free, access our multiple time frame emails for a 30-day trial. You could access our blog where we blog our trades of the week for all the different markets out there. We also have Twitter, a lot of free videos, and a lot of different resources here at ichimokutrade.com. If you haven't checked it out, please go do so. Okay, let's begin, and let's start off and look here at the currency market. Remember, on the left-hand side is your daily time frame. On the right-hand side is basically your weekly time frame. So let's go start off with Australian CAD. What we've done now is kind of mark the support resistance levels based on some feedback we got to make it very clear. If you look here, Australian CAD is trending here on both the daily and weekly. Support on this guy, we're at a minor support right now. The major support basically is going to be 479. Resistance on this is going to be 766. We're at a minor support level right now. It's got to hold here. If it doesn't, it definitely will come back to 479 and start to make a move forward. Australian yen, this thing is still going strong. Support, of course, the resistance is going to be about right around 100. Support on this one's going to be about 96.47 for this one, but that needs a major pullback, but we'll be happy with a minor one for right now, which is at 96.47. Australian yen. If you look at Australian yen, really not doing anything right now, just consolidating between 95.03 and 98.97. It's at the top of the consolidation pattern, so if it's going to have a chance to go, this is its chance right now, but it's got to break this 98.97 level in order for it to move forward. And you can see that it's consolidating on the weekly, but it looks like a trend on the daily, but it is stuck now to a point it may not go higher. It may sit there, bounce off that resistance level, and start to make a move down to the bottom. If you look here, Australia, New Zealand, really nothing going on here at all. We could shrink this guy. It's getting close to its support level, minor support level 23.81, but it's got to break that level to sit there and continue on with this trend. It started here. If it bounces off this 24, it's right here, 24.04 level, then it does have a possibility going to the top of the range. But this thing's just consolidating right now between 24.04 and 27.32. It's got to break out of there to kind of determine which way it's going to go. Australia, New Zealand, you could hear on the weekly, you could see this thing's been consolidating for the longest time between 113 and 585, and we're kind of in the middle of the consolidation pattern, so there's no real trade there at all right now. The CAD Switzy, this is the consolidation pattern it's in, which is basically 90069 and 94.11. Last week we pretty much bounced off that resistance level again, and now we have a possibility going down to 9006. This sentiment is changing to the bearish side. If it could sit there and break this 90062 level, this thing can tank to possibly to about 8500 level. So I'll keep an eye on this to see exactly which one it breaks here. But if it breaks this level here, it will start a trend to the downside. If it breaks the 94.11 level, then this will have a possibility of retesting the high at 4800 level. So I will definitely keep an eye on this currency pair for the next couple of weeks to see exactly which level it breaks. CAD yen. This thing is still very strong, bounce off its minor support level at 91.42, and possibly now can get to 94.10, which is its resistance level. Everything's still very, very strong to a point. This can have a possibility of breaking at 94.10 level, so be careful there. Switzerland yen. Here, it's at its minor support level right now, 99.21. Resistance on this one's going to be 102.10. And you can see this is not as strong as the CAD yen because it hasn't bounced off there and kind of closed right at its support level right now. Euro Australian, really not doing anything except consolidating. The consolidation pattern is basically 21.38 to about 31.96 is its consolidation pattern. However, if this can break the support level here at 21.38, this is going to start a major trend to pretty much go down and retest this low here. So that's something we're looking for, because a natural trend last year was basically bearish if you shrink this up. So we're kind of looking for it to sit there and continue on to go to the bearish side, retest this low here, and to continue to go down. There's a huge move that kind of went from here to here, which looks like a very strong bearish trend right now on the daily. But be very careful when you're at a major support level that you're coming up to. You're not far away from it at all. So it could sit there anywhere in this support level here around 21.38, and around about 23 is kind of the range in here where it could bounce off and kind of start doing a pullback on the daily time frame. So be careful on that one. Euro CAD, we talked about this one possibly sitting there failing this bullish cloud breakout. It did. It broke its support level here at 31.52, and it's trying to get to about 2,800 now. So that's one that's in a kind of in a. It looks like it may start a consolidation pattern, and we're thinking that the consolidation pattern is going to be basically 2,800, and 31.52 is going to be its new consolidation pattern moving forward. But time will tell. But right now, this did break the support, so we're looking at it to get to about 2,800 level. Euro Switzy consolidating between 2089 and 2302. Nothing really to talk about there at all. Euro DKK is stuck between a consolidation pattern between 44.62 and 45.56. It's right against the resistance right now, but we think it's going to bounce off there and kind of come all the way down to about 44.62. But time will tell this week to see exactly what it does right around this resistance level. It's kind of hanging around. Euro pound is in a weekly. If you look at it, it is in a trend right now, but it's pulling back. The major pullback level is going to be to about 83.73. Resistance on this is going to be 86.13. So we're kind of looking at maybe see exactly what happens at 83.73. But right now, the signs are telling us that basically when it gets to support level, there's high probability it's going to fail and kind of tank and possibly get to, believe it or not, 81.50. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens when it gets to that support level right there. Euro yen, it's kind of the weak ones compared to the yen currency. Where yen is strong compared to the other currency, and the reason why this is kind of stuck between a consolidation pattern between 113 and 123. It is at its resistance level right now, but it's showing some signs of weakness where it's going to at least maybe kind of try to get to 113, if not completely all the way down there. Euro NUK, really not doing anything at all except consolidating between 42.68 and 55.80. Euro New Zealand, this thing is starting a trend here on the daily and it is trending on the daily, starting a trend on the weekly where it's trying to get to the bottom of the consolidation pattern. If it breaks that bottom of the consolidation pattern, which is 50.85, this will start a trend to the downside. So this you could play this to about 50.85. Hopefully you're already in it here from 5,600. If not, I would be patient and see exactly what happens around this level here. But resistance is basically 58.72, which kind of held here, believe it or not, and just kind of consolidated here for the longest time. Euro SEK, really nothing going on right now. This thing's sitting there consolidating right now. Here between 17.73 and 48.54. This is sitting there more bearish than bullish. So we're looking for it to break the 17.73 level to go downwards, and we're kind of looking at this to be the top of the range. So if it's got to hold this 48.45 in order for it to end this consolidation pattern to the downside. Euro USD kind of predicted this to kind of fail, which it did. We're looking at it to kind of get to 27.62, which is its major support there. If it breaks that, it's basically going to go down to about 25.39. Euro USD is entering a consolidation pattern. We're just trying to figure out the bottom of the range. I think the top is kind of established around 31.50 right now. Pound Australian, This is bearish trending on both the daily and weekly. Minor resistance on this one is going to be about 46.16. Okay. Pound Switzy. Here, the sentiment is bearish here. However, it had a chance here to tank. It didn't sit there and keep on going down to start a trend. It looks like it's starting to form a little consolidation pattern, and the consolidation pattern is roughly going to be about 4,600 is the resistance level, and 44,000 is going to be basically the support level here. We're looking for this 4,600 level here to kind of hold its ground. If it does, then that's going to sit there and go down and start a trend to, at least it will get to about 44,000 level, and then we kind of think this is going to come down to about 3,600 level here. So we are looking at opportunities here right around 4,600 level to see exactly what happens there and possibly short it. Pound New Zealand, sorry, pound yen. It's sitting on a minor support level 142.83. Resistance is going to be 146.37. But you could see overall the pound's being very weak compared to a lot of the other currencies. Pound New Zealand is trending on both the daily and weekly, and it's stuck at a minor support level of 79.51. The minor resistance is going to be basically 85.21 moving forward. Pound USD, you could see here starting a trend downwards here, broke the support at 53.49. Its new support now is 48.85, and its new resistance is going to be 53.49. If it gets to 53.49, this will be a great potential to possibly short this, because if it doesn't sit there and hold there, it's definitely not going to continue on a trend going downwards. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. New Zealand CAD, bullish trending on the weekly. Bounced off the minor support at 84.51. It's at a minor resistance at 85.38. If it breaks that, this can continue on its trend to the top side. Okay. New Zealand Switzy ranging between 76.71 and this level 8,000. It's almost at the 8,000 level. If it could break the 8,000 level, watch out, because this thing is going to start a trend to the top side. So definitely another pair to keep an eye on. New Zealand yen is trending on both the daily and weekly. Support on this one's going to be 77.41. Resistance is going to be 79.74. New Zealand USD is basically ranging between 81.93 and 84.70, and that's the range basically this thing's going in. Singapore and yen, this thing is trending on both the daily and weekly. Support on this one's going to be 75.25. US CAD, this is really not doing anything at all except ranging right now between 1,041 and 1,254 right here, and then it's basically consolidating between those two ranges. US Switzy, it's ranging between 92.71 and 95.94. US BKK is ranging between 84.40 and 66.63, and you could see a lot of these are pretty much ranging now when we're getting to the US currencies. US Hong Kong is ranging between 76.58 and 75.78. US yen is still very, very strong. Bounced off its minor support level at 93.49, and if it makes a move to 9600, 96, then it does have a possibility of continuing on with its trend, and it's very strong. US NOK is ranging between 85.02 and 65.38, and you notice it's at the top of the range right now, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens there. US SEK, it's basically at the top of its range too, which is 54.50 and 41.09. Notice that's the theme for a lot of the US currencies. It's ranging, but it's at the top of the range, which is pretty interesting. This one isn't. US Singapore dollar, it's ranging between 23.39 and 25.60, and it's just really doing nothing there at all. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Please provide us some feedback on any improvements that you'd like to see, or if you have any questions or anything like that. Here are our email information. We will see you in 2 weeks.